Howdy, yokes, and welcome back to Bacon and Eggs. I'm Tyler Carlin.
And I'm Ethan Edgehill.
And today we're defeating our worst enemy.
Or maybe we're on the 17th floor grouting tiles of the second bathroom of the fifth master bedroom.
So get experimental surgery to make your eyes larger.
And tell your worst nemesis you hate them.
Because today we're bringing you
the Lego Batman movie.
Lego Batman was released on February 10th, 2017, oddly lining up pretty well with what today is. That was 738 days ago. It was on an $80 million budget. It made $312 million worldwide. Critics gave it very good reviews, 90% critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes, 80% audience rating, 75 on Metacritic. But before we dive into the professional reviews, I do want to announce we are joined today by Casey Winters. He's a host of the Hello from Elsewhere podcast. He's a father of three, and he's a pop culture genius. Casey, welcome to the show. Who are you? How should people find you? And all that jazz.
Oh my goodness, pop culture genius. I've never been called that before.
Well,
we're doing this new experimental thing where we just hit somebody with like a grandiose statement about themselves and see how they respond.
I love it. Yes, I'm Casey Winters. I co-host Hello from Elsewhere. It's a podcast. I co-host it with my wife, which is a lot of fun. We mostly just talk about themes and settings and characters of our favorite movies and books. So if you love movies and books, check us out. We talk a lot about Star Wars and Harry Potter specifically, but also other stuff too. So we have a lot of fun, and I'm excited to be here.
It's a great show. It's like super easy to listen to. Your wife and you have excellent natural chemistry. You both have very good voices. I know that that's like such a baseline thing for podcasts, but Ethan and I have awful grating voices. So
yeah.
I've never thought that. In fact, Tyler, your laugh brings me great joy. So, yes.
I win.
Also, I have one goal for this episode is to get Tyler to yell 3PO like he's in a trash compactor, because we haven't heard that for a while.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to I can't give it to you now.
No, I know. I'm putting you on the spot. I know. It's a terrible thing to do right off the bat, but I have literally one goal for this episode, and that's it.
Perfect.
Now, our other guest today, Ethan Edgehill, comes to you from my childhood. Ethan, welcome to Bacon and Eggs. It's good to finally have you on the show.
I know, right? Got rid of that imposter clone that's been impersonating me for the past 70 weeks.
Ethan, do you have a positive review on this film?
No, I have a negative review, like every single week.
I even read it. I read the review, and I was like, oh, it's negative. That's Ethan's review. I'm going to get it right. But I said it wrong. Do you have a negative review for this movie?
I do. While you look up your positive review that I know you didn't prepare ahead of time, I will give you my negative review, which comes from Thomas Trussow of The Lonely Film Critic. And he says, everything about the breakneck pace feels manufactured for viewers with short attention spans, which I don't think was an issue with the original film.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of with him. Honestly,
it's pretty. The pacing.
Yeah,
I could see that.
We'll get more into that. I have thoughts about that because it's sort of one of my few sparse major complaints about this movie. But we'll get into that. Tyler, do you have a positive review?
I do. James Berardinelli from Real Views, our new friend.
Hey, he was the guy that hated the last one.
Yeah.
Oh.
He says, overall, the Lego Batman movie offers enough action and silliness to enthrall children while providing sufficient pop culture and Batman through the years references to keep adults entertained. Do you agree with that?
I do. Tyler, on a binary, Tyler and Casey, on a binary scale, being 1 being you have to see it and 0 being you don't have to see it, where would you put this movie?
You guys go first. I don't know yet.
Oh, Casey, I wanted you to go first.
Oh,
I have my answer. Ethan, do you have yours?
I do.
I'm going to tell you mine. This is a 1.
Oh, good.
It is
a 1. I agree.
Yes.
I would absolutely agree. Yeah, I would absolutely agree. I think that having watched 3 of these movies over the past 3 weeks, I've noticed something about them in that they really just absolutely beat you over the head with that Super Smash Brothers mallet, with the mallet being a message in the movie. Each single one of them is just like, you're gonna learn something.
Yeah,
yes.
they are pretty on the nose thematically. I could see that as a criticism. It doesn't bother me just because it skews for younger viewers, but Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not using it as a criticism. I was just saying that, like, I think it is important because there is something to be learned from all of
for
them,
sure.
especially from this one. And I didn't honestly realize that until I watched the first Lego movie with my girlfriend, and she was just like, well, I liked it. It was good, but, I don't really think it was, I didn't really get it. I didn't really think it was important until the scenes with Finn and his dad came in. And I was like, are you kidding me? It's not just about them. It's about Emmett. He's he's an ordinary person that could save the world. And I was like, hang on a minute. I think I just figured something out about this movie.
What did you figure out?
Just that because I'd never thought about it from that level before.
What level?
Like on a thematic level.
Yeah. So I was just, you read it, you would watch it the first time and you're like, yeah, okay, I get this. There's nothing complicated here. It's a good movie.
I agree with you there. What I will say, I really enjoyed this. I really think that the review you had, Ethan, made a lot of sense. I don't know that I would call that entirely negative.
I would.
But I very much agree with what this guy's got to say.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely for kids who it's like, put your phone down, watch this movie. I'm going to keep you entertained like your cell phone could.
Yeah, this is just, it's like an hour and 45 minutes, which is about 15 minutes longer than the other ones.
That's long.
And this was the longest movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
You said that last week.
Yeah, I was going to say you said that last week. I agree, though. This one feels
okay,
a little
I
bit
hadn't
too
watched this last week.
Wait, had you not seen this before?
No.
You'd never seen this?
We've been over this.
I forgot. I don't know. I can't keep up with everything.
I knew that, Tyler.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I had never seen this.
I actually think now that you say it, it's all rushing back to me.
Why would I? It looked terrible. Why would I have seen it?
It didn't look terrible.
The trailer was awful.
I don't remember the trailer. I honestly remember. I think somebody told me it was in theaters, and I was like, I didn't even know they were making that.
It came out before we did the show, and therefore I didn't go to a whole lot of movies I didn't necessarily super care about.
That's true.
And I didn't think this one looked awesome. I was wrong.
When
turns out, but the premise behind it, when like, oh, we're gonna take the one character and make a Batman movie about him, I was like, are you sure? Like, are you sure you want to do this? Are we positive?
I'll tell you one thing. People always say that Will Arnett's Batman stole the show in the Lego movie, like the first one. I did not think so.
I mean, I thought he was a great character.
I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was like, oh yeah, this is who it's really about. I felt like it was about Wildstyle and Emmett.
I agree, but I do think he was very beloved after the first one, and this movie could have easily gone the way of the Minions or Jack Sparrow, where you take a beloved side character and milk them for all they're worth. I mean, that's weird to say for Batman because historically he's often been the main character, but this iteration of Batman was a side character, and so I can understand the apprehension a little bit before seeing this movie.
I will say there's only like one thing that really bothers me about this movie, and that's that Ralph Fiennes didn't voice Voldemort.
I was gonna say, dang it, you took my point away from me. Yeah, that Voldemort is in this movie played by Eddie Izzard, but the guy who plays Voldemort is in this movie not playing Voldemort.
Voicing Alfred Pennyworth.
It's outrageous.
It's Rafe Fiennes, by the way, not Ralph Fiennes.
I was going to say it, but I didn't want to bring my pop culture genius to the forefront yet.
Oh no, I'll say that.
Yeah, bring it to my attention. I should know these.
You gotta know how to say the names of Harry Potter actors.
I do. You're right.
It is a strange pronunciation for how it's spelled.
I agree.
I don't think I've ever said that name out loud or read it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
for sure. But yeah, he played Alfred, not Voldemort, and let somebody else play Voldemort.
Do you think Batman would beat Voldemort?
Yeah, Voldemort is pretty beatable.
Especially this Voldemort. He just turns people into fish.
That's true. Yeah, he doesn't kill anybody. He doesn't have any Horcruxes. He just has to get back to the Phantom Zone.
He can fly, though. He can fly, but just fish.
You know what I loved about this one is that there's no connection to the kids playing with the Legos. It's that it's just like Lego World.
They do show Emmett. I don't know if you saw that little Easter egg.
I did see Emmett. Yeah, there's a little.
I did. Yeah.
So
little shot.
They imply that this is still Finn playing, but it's all very subtle, and you can watch this without having seen the first Lego movie easily.
Yes, it's definitely on its own. But what I love about it is that they still use the fact that they're Lego to like their advantage. Like there's still bits of like Batman is still a master builder, and the way that they bring this city back together is they like connect all the Lego pieces, which is like not something that could happen in a live action movie, like a live action Batman.
Right, and you still get the feeling that kids are playing because, like we talked about with Voldemort, kids don't care that Voldemort and Sauron and all these characters come from different universes. Most kids, anyways. They're just going to mix and match because it sounds fun, and that's what I love about this movie.
They're going to mix and match because it sounds fun, and because, like, why wouldn't I? I have this many toys. I want to play with all of them.
Right.
Right. Why would you limit yourself to just the DC universe when you've got all these great villains? You're making Suicide Squad 2, but better.
I haven't seen the first Suicide Squad.
Potentially came out before Suicide Squad? I'm not sure.
No, I think Suicide Squad was August 16, I want to say.
Was it that long ago? Good
So it was a few months.
Lord.
It was a few months before this, because there's even some suicide jokes in the movie. Like Batman says, "Oh, we're gonna get some villains to fight the villains." That's stupid. And of course, he does that later in the movie, anyways. But
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, this was the Suicide Squad movie we always deserved. To be honest.
There's a lot,
Like that thing they-
lot that could be improved.
that thing they
with
gave us
Suicide
sucked.
Squad. I think that we have not yet seen the greatest Suicide Squad movie.
or is this it?
I think this will probably be it.
I don't know, man. I think Suicide Squad makes me so sad because like there's so many good things you can do with it, and I feel like you've got such a perfect character with Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Like there's got to be something you can do with that. Correct.
Right, and they are doing Birds of Prey, which could be interesting. I don't know much about it, to be honest, other than there was an old TV show in the 90s called Birds of Prey, but I know they're bringing Harley Quinn into that realm.
Yes, and there's also same with Suicide Squad. There's a bunch of characters in the Arrowverse that are like the Birds of Prey.
Oh, right.
So that has come through as well. She's gonna be Barbie. That's perfect too.
I mean, you really just got to look through this cast list. This is wild.
I mean, it's just a bunch of cameos.
I know, but like, just when else could you get a group like this together?
Dude, I have no idea. They only had $80 million or $90 million or whatever, which, like, let's be real, that's more money than I've ever imagined. I think that there's a character in here that is often overlooked in general, and that's Zach Galifianakis' Joker.
You really stumbled on that name there.
Zach Galifianakis.
I don't think anyone has ever not stumbled on that name there.
You called him Zalk.
Zalk?
You started mixing.
Galifianakis.
You started messing up
You
before
started
did.
Galifianakis in the first name. Yeah.
But here's the thing about Zach Galifianakis' Joker is like they very easily could have gotten Mark Hamill to do this. What was he doing? Not saying anything in The Force Awakens at this time? Like, he wasn't busy. He could have easily been this Joker, but instead...
He was making the
Yeah,
Last
this
Jedi.
was like right at prime Last Jedi moment, I think.
Whatever. Oh, you're right. 2017. I was thinking it's 2016. Whatever, though. Like, they could have easily gotten Mark Hamill to do this part, but instead they, like, reimagine the Joker altogether. And you get this new, interesting character who reminds you a lot more of, like, the silliness of what the character is. And that was one thing when we were watching the Dark Knight movies, was we were like, these are really good, but this whole Batman thing is still kind of silly. Like, it's still Bruce Wayne dressed up as a bat, period.
Right. Right. I think this one did a better job of working its way around the whole Bruce Wayne as Batman thing than any other Batman movie.
What do you mean?
Yeah, how so?
Because nobody believes, like, nobody is willing to believe that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Like, even given direct evidence, like, Michael Cera's just like, wait, so you live beneath Batman?
Beneath Bruce Wayne.
And Joker's like,
Bruce
you mean
Wayne?
Bruce Wayne is
Yeah.
Batman's roommate?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just consistently, and like, you know, he takes the mask off, and people are like, "What?
You're Batman?" But yeah, I think the reason that is because this is a Batman movie first. Like, we get, like, what, 2 scenes of Bruce Wayne in the whole thing?
Yeah,
And he's very reluctant about it. He doesn't even want to take off his mask.
right. He sits in his robe wearing the cowl.
Yeah, when nobody's there.
Yeah, which is great. I love that. I loved Michael Cera's whole character, Dick Grayson.
Oh yeah, he's a treasure. He's a treasure to this world. Let's be
My
honest.
name
Like-
is Richard Grayson, but all the kids at school call me Dick.
Well, kids can be cruel.
Oh man, what a great! Just his whole performance the whole time. Like, I never stopped laughing at this dude's character.
Oh,
I just
because he was just
go ahead, keep going.
he was Robin pulled straight out of the TV shows.
I mean, this was like the Robin of like the Aquaman perception, right? Where it was like, oh wow, the Justice League, Aquaman, oh I can talk to fish. Pre-Fortnite Aquaman.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, like, I thought the characters were really, really good here. I thought Rosario Dawson as Barbara Gordon was good. I love a good new Commissioner Gordon take. That always makes me happy when there's like a traditional character and then we do something different with them. That's always good.
Yeah, when they're just like, Jim Gordon is retiring immediately as soon as the movie starts.
I just flip the switch and Batman comes.
Well, speaking of,
And then-
oh, go ahead, Ethan.
No,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say, speaking of Barbara, I love that little video intro when they're talking about her accomplishments. Like,
I went to Harvard.
of her
I went to
class.
Harvard for police.
Harvard for police. Using
And at one point she's
statistics
wearing, like,
and
a-
compassion.
She's wearing like a Harvard for police basketball jersey at one point. Oh man.
I also love that they pointed out that like Robin is such a stupid name for Batman's assistant.
You mean the small, frail Midwestern bird?
I know he's going through all the lists and he's just like El Mariachi. No, that one's super racist.
This was culturally insensitive.
That's it. Yeah. Because Batman obviously just has a whole wardrobe full of sidekick costumes ready to go.
Yeah.
With names and everything. And Michael Cera just being like, I can't move in these pants.
Rip.
Rips them off, yeah. Even later, Commissioner Gordon's like, can we get this man some pants? He says, no, I'm fine how I am.
That's the life, man. That's the life.
And that is what I love about these movies, is they're so, this one especially is so on the nose, willing to make fun of all the Batman tropes.
Oh yeah, it goes after all of them. This is like a first line in the movie where the Joker's like, "This is gonna be better than the thing with the two boats," and the pilot's like, "Is it?"
Speaking of those pilots, is that you guys? Are you the pilots?
We were cast for that.
So which one of you gets thrown out the plane?
Ethan.
Tyler. See, the thing that Tyler doesn't realize in situations like this is I can just delete his end of the audio. So it doesn't sound like he says anything.
You're right. It was
accepts
me
it.
that was thrown out the back of the plane.
It was
But
I.
at least you had a parachute.
I did. They gave it to him. They take him and they throw him and they put a parachute on him.
It's because they're nice villains.
As long as they're best friends. Those guys totally look like best friends, right?
The airplane, actually, this is a fun little trivia. It's under the name MacGuffin 1138.
I love that. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, MacGuffin Airlines.
Yep.
Which I also love the fact that the cargo plane has like an airline.
Cargo plane. What was on it? A bomb?
Like hundreds of
like
sticks of dynamite, and
Millions
all kinds of
sticks
stuff.
dynamite.
Yeah, bad stuff.
Yeah.
Flying over the world's most crime-infested city. I'll tell you, this movie starts right at the beginning. It just never lets you go because it begins on just a black screen and Will Arnett going, black. Every important movie starts with a black screen.
And then he starts narrating the logos.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Bros. Why not Brothers?
I don't know what Rat Pack does, but that logo is macho.
That's my favorite thing, because that's what they do in all the Lego movies, is they do the whole credits thing where the credits are like, this super meta part of the movie, and then they did that for the logos in this one too, and I was like, okay, I can get behind this.
So, Ethan, this is your first time seeing the movie. What is if you were to explain this to somebody, if Kate came over, did she watch it with you?
No.
If Kate came over and she was like, what should we watch? And you were like, Lego Batman, and she was like, oh my God, we just watched a ton of Lego freaking movies. Can we not? And you were like, no, wait, but this one is, what would you say?
Oh God, I don't know. This one's about Batman. Like, do you need a better answer?
But then Kate is like, oh, we just watched 3 freaking Batman movies too.
I don't necessarily know that I have that justification. Even when you approached me about this, I was like, we're really going to still do the Lego Batman movie after all of that?
I won't lie to you. I'm a little burnt out on Lego and Batman.
Yeah. I'm a little burnt out on the pace of these Lego movies.
They're fast.
Like, there's never a second where somebody's not talking or something's not exploding.
I think my favorite moments is when they break that and they're just like, clink.
Oh, that's my kid's favorite part. They bust up on that part every single time.
How many times have your kids seen this?
They watch it at least once a month. Like, it's a lot.
Once a month is neither more nor less than I expected that to be.
Oh, good.
That is actually less frequently.
Yeah, when you said they watch it all the time, I actually would have thought like weekly.
It might be a little bit
weekly.
more than that. But it's funny, they will ask to watch this one all the time, but they never ask to watch the first Lego movie. It's weird. Like, if I'm watching it, they'll sit down and watch with me, but they don't choose that one.
Interesting. Have they seen Star Wars?
Oh yeah. My son is a huge Star Wars nerd and keeps telling me fun facts. So we have these old magazines that I had from the 90s. So they have fun Star Wars facts, but they're not canon. And so I'm trying to decide how to explain canon to him and say, sorry, kid, that trivia that you're really excited about is no longer true.
That is going to be
How
tough.
old is he?
He's 6.
So when did you introduce him
You got
to Star
like
Wars?
4 years left.
Oh man, I introduced him to Star Wars when he was very young. My first memory, he was probably about 1.5, and he was just standing on the bed imitating R2-D2 falling down in the desert. It was his favorite thing, and he would just do it over and over and over.
So he just fell over a lot.
Yeah. It was
Are you sure you weren't attributing that? Like, you're not projecting there at all?
No, it was while the movie was playing, Ethan.
Oh, okay.
So you'd
I thought you were just like, my kid falls over a lot. He's a huge R2-D2 fan. And I was like,
No, your son, is that your oldest?
Yeah, he's the oldest.
Okay, here's the thing. Soon to be father here. Very important question.
Oh, yeah.
At At what point do you just have Star Wars playing in the background, like in the womb? Do you play the Imperial March on the headphones? How do you guarantee Star Wars loving children?
Yeah, this is the hardest thing because
You can't force it.
Yeah, and there's those awesome videos of people showing their kids Star Wars for the first time, and they're seeing Darth Vader's twist for the first time, and it's the coolest thing ever, but I just could not wait. I couldn't wait. And so Star Wars is just always on at my house. And
what an awesome situation.
And so my kids just love it. And we have a lot of Star Wars toys and Lego, of course. And yeah, Star Wars is a huge part of my life. So I could not wait till they're older to show them that. I just couldn't. And my daughter, who's 3, she loves Star Wars too. She sits there and draws the creepy alien from Solo, the space one with tentacles, and tells me, Dad, I like creepy things. So I don't know what's going on there, but
It'll even out. She'll figure it out.
Or she won't.
Either that or she'll be one of those kids that's like really into like Nightmare Before Christmas and Coraline.
oh, could be. I doubt it, or actually I hope not.
I can't hope that for you.
I can. I will join in that hope.
Back to Lego Batman.
Well, I wanted to bring Star Wars into this. There's all those
Okay.
awesome villains, and like
No Vader?
for me, the one thing is there should have been a Star Wars villain in there. And I know there's a rights issue there. This is Warner Brothers, but
There's no Disney villains at all, was there?
no. But Tyler, you can't tell me you wouldn't have loved Sheev Palpatine hanging out in the Phantom Zone.
Sheev Palpatine is the greatest villain of all time.
I know you
Stuck
would
in
support
a
me in
crappy trilogy.
Yeah, no, that would have been great. There was, however, a Star Wars hero in this movie just under a different name. And I'm referring to Billy D. Williams.
Yes, he voiced
Yes.
Two-Face.
Playing Two-Face.
Apparently he was originally
literally
cast as Two-Faced. And then in
Yeah.
the 89.
Right, so he was in the Tim Burton movies, and so the plan was that he would eventually become Two-Face, but then the directorship transferred over to the nipple
Schumacher.
director, there you go, Schumacher, and different actor in Tommy Lee Jones. So Billy D. Williams didn't get to have that chance, so this was a fun throwback for him.
Yeah, no, as soon as he came on screen, I was like, did they get Billy D. Williams back to be Two-Face?
I thought that was such a weird casting because I did not know that trivia at first. I had to look it up.
It does seem kind of odd, especially considering how very few lines he has in the movie. Like, he's just kind of there. It could have been any voice actor, to be honest, so...
Right, yeah, it's not like he even has any lines that are like pertinent to the plot. They're just like
right, reactionary.
reactions or exclamations and stuff. So that I thought that was
Well,
very interesting.
and that's actually the thing I love about this movie is that like there aren't really a whole lot of just we just got some random voice actor. It's like they want to make sure that every character is somebody that's going to be recognizable, with the exception of Bane.
I think they wanted Tom Hardy and he wouldn't do it.
I think the actor for Bane has a podcast, and he often voices Bane on there, and I guess the filmmakers loved his Bane impression, so they just brought him on, as far as I know.
Yeah, because he's like nobody.
Yeah.
Doug Benson?
Yeah.
But when did that trend start of getting like these big name actors to do voiceovers? Because
The Lego Movie.
well,
It's like a DreamWorks thing.
yeah, I was gonna say
That's
maybe
what DreamWorks
Shrek.
always does with all their movies, especially after Shrek, when they're just like, oh, this is epic, starring Justin Timberlake and Pitbull and all this crap.
Right, you look at the voice
And there's,
actor
like-
list for Disney movies in the 90s, and you don't know any of them, except for maybe they have one big star to try to sell it. And now it's
Like
all
Mark
big
Hamill.
stars. Yeah. Or like Robin Williams in Aladdin. But no one else. Who else is in that movie? I don't know.
And Robin Williams refused to sell his name on that. But yeah, in Shrek they had John Lithgow and Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy, Cameron
Diaz.
Diaz.
and nobody, Jim Cummings. That's it.
Well, yeah, you still like sort of rarely see that in Disney, at least in the animated movies.
Mandy Moore is
so.
Rapunzel.
Right? Yeah, they have a big star and just a bunch of actors.
Frozen has 3. Idina Menzel, Kristen Bell, Josh Gad.
I wouldn't say Kristen Bell was that well known.
Nor is Josh Gad, nor is Idina Menzel for that matter.
Well, 2 of
as
those
far as
are-
movies
yeah,
go.
2 of those are big Broadway people. Alan Tudyk.
Hey, we do not besmirch the name of Alan Tudyk.
I'm not
Who does
disparaging.
Alan Tudyk in Frozen?
The Duke?
Alan Tudyk's been in like every recent Disney vehicle.
Duke of Weaseltown.
I did not know that. I know that he's Hey in Moana.
He's everything. Alan Tudyk is in all movies.
But either way, Disney doesn't need to hang their hat, and I've always remarked or like loved this about Disney is Disney doesn't need to hang their hat on like we got the latest pop stars in this movie to make kids like it more.
Yeah, that's one of the things I loved about Moana was that they like went to Hawaii and were like, we need to find the greatest female singer. And
Right.
Ali Cravalho, I wish I could pronounce her name. She was like 16. She was born in the year 2000. How old do you feel?
Right. And then they got Alicia Cara to do a version of How Far I'll Go and played it on the radio instead of that one.
Yeah, and they did the
But
same
whatever.
thing with Demi Lovato with Let It Go, but they just played the Idina Menzel version anyway.
Yeah.
Is there a plan for a Moana 2?
Probably.
I don't know. Why would they not? That's the question.
I love Moana. That's another one
But
my
yeah,
kids watch all the time.
even like DreamWorks made Trolls, right?
I would
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Where they were like, yeah, we're just gonna cover a bunch of random songs with random pop artists and just throw this movie together.
Yeah, it was Justin Timberlake and
They're like, we've got a Gorillaz song that nobody listened to back in the early 2000s in this kids movie.
What
Can we
Gorillaz
really
song?
explain why? No, not necessarily.
what Gorillaz song?
Clint Eastwood.
In Trolls?
Yeah.
Well, how did they rebrand that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
What's it called?
Clint Eastwood.
In Trolls?
Yes.
I've listened to the soundtrack. There's no song called Clint Eastwood.
It's in the movie or a short or something. I don't know. I've heard it. It's sung by the weird people.
The Bergens?
Possibly.
They're the weird people.
Okay, sure.
Did your kids like Trolls?
I haven't seen it, and they haven't asked, so I'm just going to let that one go.
Interesting. It's got some good tunes in it.
Does it?
Does. I'm a fan. I asked, are there the vinyl of the album of the record, whatever it's called, soundtrack, was on my wedding registry. We did not get it. We did ask for it.
Oh, that's sad.
No, it's okay. I'll survive.
Yeah, I'm sending you the link right here, buddy, for your later viewing.
I am mind blown by this fact.
Yeah, it's a Gorillaz song that I liked back in middle school that kids should definitely not have been listening to at any point.
Well, I mean, you're really cool because you listened to songs back then. Hey, your new vlog is posted. Look at that.
Yep.
So proud of you.
But like, that's not a kid. Like, you can listen to the original version, and I don't necessarily know what they changed the lyrics to, but like, that's not in any way a kid appropriate song. It's about drugs.
I mean, Trolls is kind of about drugs.
But anyway, Disney doesn't need to feel the need to do that. But the Lego Movie does that differently because they just get a bunch of characters, and honestly, like most of these people probably don't get paid much, if anything, for these roles.
No, I mean, they probably show up for like a day.
Yeah, they're like, wait, you want me to do what? You want to be, I'm Rafi from the league. You want me to be the Scarecrow? Okay, cool. What's up?
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I don't mind
Here-
them using these big voice actors, but I'm curious, is it just a way to get like adults to go to the movies?
I think so. Yeah, it's a way to like get people more our age interested.
Yeah, I think that makes the pop culture references just stick out a little bit more, which is good. Ethan, I'm
Tyler.
going to ask you a question. We've never done this with a guest before.
Okay.
Do you have a toothpaste and orange juice this week?
I have one.
Oh yes.
I didn't even know
Oh,
Casey
oh,
had
God.
this. This is not planned.
Oh God. I had one.
While you're thinking,
Hang on.
weird story. So I actually had some orange juice this morning, and I didn't
After
have
you
toothpaste right before, but I did just have a cough drop, and I think it was essentially the same kind of feeling.
It was like a menthol cough drop.
Oh yeah, a menthol cough drop will do the toothpaste orange juice thing to anything you eat or drink.
And it was totally unintentional, and it was disgusting, but I was also very excited because I was just about to come onto your podcast. So
Very exciting. So you have like a thing ready to go?
yeah, I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to give you a moment, Ethan.
Yeah.
How would you feel about a shot of tequila?
I don't have any tequila.
Substitute for anything.
I don't have any liquor.
You don't have any liquor?
I thought you were
No.
Tyler, I thought you were going to say, like, look under your chair, like you would plant. That's,
Also, I did find a shot of tequila. I have this bottle of Jose Cuervo.
There you go.
It's
I'm
so
so
cute.
proud of you.
So I guess I'm about to drink this airplane bottle.
Yeah.
I forgot Kate left these here.
Hey, quick question, Ethan.
Yeah.
How many apples grow on a tree?
A bunch.
All of them.
Oh my God, that reminds me. You said this about Zach Galifianakis earlier, or you talked about Zach Galifianakis, and you talked about his name. And I forgot this piece of stand-up that he did one time, man, that I saw was the funniest thing I think I've ever heard this dude say. He was like, my dad used to always say that Galifianakis was a great last name to have, because it starts with a gal, and it ends with a kiss. And I was like, that's great, Dad. Can we change our last name to Galifianakis Fortnite?
That's good.
All right, I'm going to drink this airplane bottle of Jose Cuervo Especial.
Casey, I need a dad joke.
a dad joke? Oh,
Yep.
I heard one the other day. What was it?
I don't know.
I know.
I'm trying to
just thinking out loud. Are you like compiling a compendium of dad jokes or something?
No, I'm trying to get our creative and comedic juices flowing.
Oh.
Oh, Jose Cuervo is awful.
Cuervo's
God.
not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
Is it 100% agave?
No.
Really?
Remember, that was that whole point of that podcast we listened to at PodCon. Literally the whole point was that Jose Cuervo is bad.
I won't lie to you. I did not pay much attention.
I did. I learned that you should drink Cazadores.
I tell you what, Casey, this is sort of in the same vein to what you said. Do you want to hear a joke about construction?
I do.
I'm still working on it.
Oh man, beautiful. I love it.
Lord.
I love dad jokes so much. They're my favorite thing.
Yeah. I tell you, my dad gave me some of the best advice. Just talking about dad jokes. He said, don't buy anything with Velcro.
Why?
It's a total ripoff. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler
So
is
good.
prepared to be a father.
oh, man. That graveyard looks overcrowded. People must be dying to get in there.
Oh, my son loves that one. He tells
Does
it all
he?
the time. Yeah.
Does he get it?
Oh yeah, he gets it.
For a long, long time, I used to tell this joke that I remember when we first heard it. It was on like a fishing boat. It made my brothers die with laughter. But it was, why did the turtle cross the road?
Why?
To get to the Shell station on the other side. Right, because that's a type of gas station. And they thought that was hilarious. I did not get it, and I couldn't quite remember it. So for probably like 10 years, I told this joke, and Ethan, you ready? Ethan, I would tell this joke. I'd say, Ethan, why did the turtle cross the road?
I don't know, Tyler, why?
To get to the turtle station on the other side.
That is less funny.
It's way less funny. You know what's not funny? A fat psychic. You know what I call you a fat psychic? That's a fortune
What?
teller.
It took me a second. That's terrible.
All right, Ethan, we're going to do toothpaste and orange juice. You can cut this whole section out. Toothpaste and orange juice.
No, I'll leave you embarrassing yourself about the Shell station.
So Casey says he's got one. Ethan says he's got to think of one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Casey, the way the game works is we're going to count down from 3, and then when I would say go, you're going to say your thing.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, light
Incomprehensible vanity license plates.
Switches.
Ooh, tell me about
more.
incomprehensible vanity license plates.
Like, I get vanity license plates on a theoretical level. It's not something I would ever choose to do, but if people want to spend their money that way, that's fine. But the point of a vanity license plate is to show something to someone else about yourself. So why do you have a vanity license plate that I cannot tell what it says? I don't know what that combination of numbers and letters is. Why did you pay for that?
Do you know how much a vanity license plate costs?
I have no idea.
Okay, it's not that expensive.
Oh,
So
really?
If
Okay.
you were like, these people are spending hundreds of dollars on...
It also might be more in Utah.
I don't know what it is in Utah. In Virginia, it's $10.
I think it's more here. I don't know for sure because I haven't really cared that much, but
Did you see
Also,
one
no,
that we could try to
it's
decipher?
$20. It's $20
$20?
20.
because you pay for the special plate and then you pay for the customization.
Oh.
It's $10 each.
Whatever.
I still don't know why
So
you would
I have a-
put something that no one can read, though. Like, why?
So give me an example.
I don't have an example. I should have written one down, but I see it all the time. And maybe it's a Utah thing that people just like
no.
random combination of numbers and letters. I don't know.
I mean, I definitely know what you mean.
Right.
And I've definitely spent a lot of time in traffic looking at that and being like, is that supposed to say butt munch? Because that kind of says butt munch.
And then you get in an accident because you've been trying to decipher a
Right,
license
because
plate.
then I'm like, I'm sitting there like, why does your license plate say that?
Because they're a
What are you
butt
trying to convey here? Are you like, and of course it's always like, I'm sure it means something to the person having it, but like you just see them sometimes and you're like, that doesn't mean what you think it means.
Grandma.
Yeah. And then you look at the person driving and you're like, and that's my favorite thing though, is when you see a car and you can assume something about the person driving it, right? And then you pull up next to him and that person is not in the car. Like, it is just no chance that that person is in the car. It's like the child's car that is currently being driven by the dad or something like that.
Or grandma's
But I
a butt
definitely,
munch.
or grandma's a butt munch. You know what I don't get on this subject is the stick family thing.
Oh, yeah. I don't.
I wouldn't be surprised if Casey Winters has a stick family.
No, here's my feeling on the stick family thing. I don't like them, and I'm at the point now where I don't even like the joke versions of them either.
Oh, those are way worse.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you're going to have a stick family, just have a regular freaking stick family. Just have an amount of people on the back of your car.
Yeah.
Don't have, like,
A dinosaur
a
eating
joke
your family.
version. Yeah. A giant dinosaur eating your family. Or, and you can get cute little ones where it's like you've got 2 C-3POs and 3 R2-D2s.
3PO!
Yes! Yes! I'm crying.
That actually wasn't even my intention.
Check that off the list.
I almost had it earlier. I started talking about Mark Hamill's Joker, and I was like, and then you guys started talking about Star Wars and Lego, and I was like, it's happening. It's happening. Somebody's gonna set me up for this, and then it didn't happen.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
so here's
Tyler.
here's the hierarchy on this though. You've got stick family, okay, and then you've got joke stick family, and then you've got the person with the bumper sticker that says like, "My Rottweiler could eat your stick family."
Yeah.
And then you've got the person with the bumper sticker that says like, my poodle could eat your honor student.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a whole different. Yeah. Below my Rottweiler could eat your stick family is like, my kid's an honor student, and then below that is like, my dog eats your honor student, and then below that is like, my son's Fortniting your honor student.
And then below that is my honor student eats your dog.
No, we don't even go there.
I agree
No?
with this hierarchy. I don't know about the dog thing that Tyler just said, but I agree with Ethan's hierarchy. Yes.
Casey, do you have any bumper stickers on your car?
Oh no. Below that one is the Jesus fish with legs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why you gotta be such a jerk?
Yeah, like I can't. I just
Listen,
every time I see a bumper sticker, I try to put myself in the mindset of somebody that would buy that bumper sticker.
Like
And I
at the
don't think
gas
I've ever
station.
succeeded.
Have you ever seen?
I don't think I've-
Casey,
go
I
ahead.
want to know if you have any bumper stickers.
I do not. No.
None?
In fact, when we bought our current car, there was a sticker of an American flag, which is kind of innocuous. I don't know, but I was just like, I don't want any stickers, so I took it off. I'm not a car sticker person. I'd consider like a cool, like, I don't know, Deathly Hallows or TIE Fighter, something simple and minimalist, but that's as far as I would ever go.
I saw one yesterday. It was the Deathly Hallows, but so it's like an equilateral triangle, right? That's what the stone is, and the Elder Wand goes into the top point, right?
Yes.
Right.
This one I saw yesterday was rotated. So the Elder Wand was going into the bottom right point.
Did they just put it on wrong?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't talk to them about it. They had that one, and then they had, I think, I can't remember what the other one was. It was on a Toyota RAV4. I know that much.
You didn't pull up to them and try to yell through their window?
No, we were all at Target. They were in the parking lot. I was in the parking lot.
You should have left a note. Hey,
I should have. Hey,
your Deathly
I don't know
Hallows
if you
is askew.
Right.
Nope. I found the bottom of the hierarchy. I've been sitting here thinking about it while you guys are jawing away about that. I found the bottom of the hierarchy. People that still in 2019 have a No-Bama sticker on their car.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
light.
agree.
Like, first of all, the old political campaign bumper sticker, that thing went out with, like, Bush Reagan, okay? Like, we're over. Reagan Bush, whatever. We're over that. Stop keeping a political campaign bumper sticker on your car after the person that was in office died, okay? Like,
Hold on.
let's get that one out of the
If
way.
you've got a Reagan sticker on your car, that's its own kind of message.
Nope.
That your car is
Nope,
still going?
that says that you need to rethink your decisions, especially if you have a Reagan sticker on your, like, 2018 vehicle. Like, sir, you went on Redbubble and bought this just to make a statement that no one's interested in.
Is this your toothpaste and orange juice that you found naturally?
It might be. Bumper stickers.
Yeah.
Bumper stickers are the worst.
This is such a weird thing for me, not having anything to be ironically angry about.
I can't believe you don't.
I feel so, like, I guess, like, this is a positive thing, but I feel so fulfilled in my life that, like, there's just nothing wrong right now.
You seemed a little salty that my Love Your Melon code has sold more hats than yours.
No?
I was giving you an opportunity there to be like, yeah, what the heck, people? And then guilt people into buying hats. But
No, I mean, I'm not going to guilt people into buying, like, charitable beanies.
that's the thing, is they're guilty, but they're also doing a good cause. I'll tell you what's bothering me, Ethan. This has been bothering me for, how many old am I? 26.
26.
26 years. I don't know how far away the light switch is. Ever. I will go to reach, turn off the light, and I will miss every single time. Now I'm waving, because I'll go to reach to turn it off, and I'll pull away like I'm ready to leave the room at the same time, and I'll just swipe the air like 5 or 6 times before hitting a light switch. Drives me absolutely up the wall. Very similar to the direction of the light switch.
Sounds like a visual spatial awareness issue.
It totally is. Case.
I could test you for that, you know.
Could you? What do you do?
So I'm a grad student for school psychology, and I often give intelligence tests. And part of those
Does
tests
this mean
is
I'm
often no. Part of those tests is visual spatial awareness. So I probably actually couldn't test you because you're over 18 and not in my school district. But
I give consent.
Okay.
But I'm very good at Guitar Hero. Is this the same sort of problem?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Guitar Hero versus light switches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask my professors that.
I would say on expert, I hit more Guitar Hero notes than light switches.
I can do you one better, though. My house that I'm living in right now has an unwinnable light switch in it.
How so?
So near my front door, there's a dual set of light switches, right? Two switches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, two. One of them turns on the front porch light.
Yep.
One of them turns on the ceiling fan.
And you always forget every time?
No, the one closer to the door turns on the ceiling fan.
That's criminal.
And the one farther away from the door turns on the front porch light.
Here's the thing.
I've been living in this house since I was born. I don't think I've ever gotten it right.
Here's the thing, Ethan. You need to call
Not
the
one time.
electrician that last worked on your house, and you need to sue him.
I've thought about it, honestly. I don't think I've ever got, like, every time, the ceiling fan starts immediately.
Ceiling fan.
There's
hold
no
on, is there a light in the ceiling fan?
No, there's no light in the ceiling
No light
fan.
in the ceiling. Okay.
Just a fan.
Okay.
And the ceiling fan starts immediately. So, like, there's no delay. There's no chance for you to, like, realize you made a mistake and flip it back off. No, that thing's going all of a sudden, and then it takes, like, a solid minute for it to stop spinning from that little bit of momentum momentum it's got. So I've just got this fan spinning in my living room for no reason, wasting power, doing that thing, and my light's not on.
I'll tell you,
Why?
I have a very similar problem, Ethan. Is I will go. My bedroom has a ceiling fan with the chain with the light switch on it. But
Yeah.
I've never. When I grew up, you remember my childhood bedroom? No fan.
Yeah, no fan.
No fan. Very hot room. I don't know if you remember. Very hot room I grew up in. But unrelated, my bedroom now has a ceiling fan. My wife, big ceiling fan. She's like an industrial AC unit to ceiling fans. That is to say, she is a large fan of fans.
She stands the ceiling fans.
She stands the ceiling fan. So she will pull the chain for the light to turn it off. I don't believe in the chain. I don't think the chain should exist. I think we should have one switch for everything. Maybe two switches. One switch for the fan, one switch for the light. Anyway, anytime I'm leaving the room, I'm trying to save energy, so I flick the light switch off, and she gets mad at me because now I'm cutting the fan off. And which I should know because the light's off anyway, but lights are frustrating, Ethan.
Well,
I'm gonna
and
turn this one off.
the problem increases when you're in the kitchen and there's multiple switches and you don't know which one is the garbage disposal.
Now this one,
Oh, that's the worst.
my house is
That's
equipped
the
for
worst.
this. The switch for my garbage disposal is literally under the sink.
Yeah, no, one of the apartments I lived in had the garbage disposal switch on the wall
Yeah.
with the regular
Right.
kitchen lights.
Yeah, that's the worst.
It was painful. It was painful. Because it's just like, that's the worst thing. Is like you run that empty, unwatered garbage disposal. And it's just like,
You know what's worse is when you've got a fork down there or something.
Why do you have a
Yeah.
fork down there?
Well, Casey, I'm just trying to blow something up.
it just kind of happens sometimes,
It
though.
does, it
Because
does.
like the garbage disposal is just an open, gaping maw of a thing at the bottom of your sink, and like silverware likes to make its way down there sometimes. It happens. It's a thing that happened to me. One time Tyler and I lived together, and the garbage disposal was making a funny noise, and I turned it off and reached down in there, which is always a scary thing. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. It might turn on. There might be a snake. I don't know. I'm never prepared for that. But one time I reached in the garbage disposal and pulled out an entire shot glass
Still, I just used a shot glass. Fun fact.
that had gotten its way into the garbage disposal, and what it was doing was just kind of bouncing up and down on the blades, just like.
It actually, I remember this. It played the entire Mario theme perfectly. We ran the garbage disposal, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere.
I thought it was doing the Phantom Menace, the end song.
Yes.
Tyler, it played the Cantina theme.
I know that it played something.
It played the Cantina theme.
Oh man.
My house is so old, I don't even have a garbage disposal, so...
How do you live,
Listen.
Casey? Also, are there...
Throws his garbage in the garbage.
Utah wasn't discovered until after the garbage disposal was discovered, so you must be lying to me.
Fun fact, most houses in Utah have garbage disposals, but we live in an old house that used to be, like, literally a pioneer cabin and has just gradually been added onto and added onto.
Add on a garbage disposal. It just plugs into the wall.
We really should. But it's not our house, so we're just living here while I go to school, so I don't really want to make many changes that waste my money.
Here's what you're renting?
Yeah.
Yeah, Case, you can just bring it with you.
No, add it
Oh.
on and then pay extra each month to your landlord. Be like, thanks for the garbage disposal.
That's a good idea.
And that way, he makes more money and gets a free garbage disposal.
That seems like the opposite of what you want to do.
We don't
Listen,
it's a family house, so I'm not actually paying rent, so...
There you go. Oh, well, if the family owns it, then call,
Uncle
I don't
Paco.
know, your Uncle John.
Uncle Paco, yeah.
Uncle Paco, that's what I said. Be like,
It's the wild, wild west out there, Tyler.
yeah, we have Uncle
We got rid of
Johns
names
out
like
here.
John a long time ago.
Your Uncle Brigham, and be like,
I'm surprised I don't have an Uncle Brigham. That's a fair
is it
stereotype.
a popular name in Utah?
It's not really, no.
Oh,
it's not.
okay. Is this an offensive joke? Ethan, Casey, you tell me if this is an offensive joke.
Go for it.
afterward. With the like stick figure families in Utah, is there like 6 or 7 wives and then the children, or how does it work? How do you divide the wives? I'm sorry, I can't do it.
One on each car.
Right.
I'm laughing. It's not... some people might be offended. I'm not offended, just because, I don't know.
Yeah, we should probably remove the joke. I thought it was fun, but
More...
I'll just insert that into the Patreon episode
yeah,
There you go. Mormons aren't polygamists. I'll just put that out there.
I know.
anymore.
Right. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very good friends with a bunch of Mormons in high school. We sat at lunch together.
Oh, nice.
Me and Paul and the Mormon. Paul was not Mormon.
That sounds like I don't know, a movie. Me and Paul and the Mormons.
Yeah, it's got a very biblical theme to the name. So
You, me, Dupree, and the Mormons.
Ethan, I'm glad you're talking about You, Me, and Dupree. I would say that is the most tragic Russo brothers film of all time.
I haven't seen that one.
It's not very good. It's like Owen Wilson ends up
It got a
on his buddy's couch.
20%
Ouch.
on the tomatometer, Tyler. 20.
I don't know.
That's less than the Lego movie. The Lego
Yeah, it
Batman
It is
movie.
less than the Lego Batman movie. God, I can't believe I don't have a toothpaste and orange juice. I'm always prepared.
Always prepared, Ethan. You always got
God.
things. I can't believe not a single light switch has pissed you off this week.
No, that was the thing though, is last night I had something, and now I don't.
Hey, Ethan, how's your Lego Hogwarts? I can see it behind you.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's doing great. It's up there.
Did you ever find that piece that was missing?
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to send
No,
you a
I did
piece.
not.
Ethan, here you go. I'm going to set you up. Ethan, you know what really, I'll let you talk about it, but it puts a bad taste in my mouth. Pediatric cancer.
I'm not sure that's the best way to go into that ad read.
Okay. Ethan, you know what puts a bad taste in my mouth?
No,
Negativity.
what? I don't think that's the. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that that's the best way to do these ad reads, Tyler. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Okay. What's the other thing that we're sponsored by?
Patreon.
Hey, you know what puts a bad taste in my mouth? That I can't do this full time.
People that don't join the Discord server.
No, I think all of our listeners are great. Thank you for listening, non-Discord listener.
Yeah, but if you want to become a Discord listener, it's only $3.
Yeah, you can't even buy an airplane
$3.
bottle of Cuervo for that amount.
There's no excuse now.
I think that you probably can, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I don't know that that's the best way to spend your money. I think if you're going to buy an airplane bottle of anything, I wouldn't go for Jose Cuervo.
I would buy an airplane bottle of Discord.
An airplane bottle of Discord. There we go.
Oh, I thought that pediatric cancer one was a great setup.
I don't know. I don't agree. That's tasteless. that is absolutely tasteless. Because the whole point of toothpaste and orange juice is that we're mad about things that we probably shouldn't honestly be mad about.
That don't really upset us.
Yeah. Only tangentially upset. I'm actually upset about cancer is the problem.
Yeah, I'm genuinely upset about that. You know what orange
And
juice
if you want to
helps
do
fight?
something about it, what?
You know what orange juice helps you fight?
The cold.
Scurvy.
Scurvy. Yes. It's such a rampant problem here in the greater United States of America.
It is. I got scurvy yesterday. Ethan, what's something that genuinely upsets you? If you can't be toothpaste upset.
Something that genuinely upsets me?
Yeah, I'm trying to set you up here to do your freaking ad read.
Just do the ad read.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening to our segment on toothpaste and orange juice. Now, as a reminder, everybody who's listening, before we get back into content on the Lego Batman movie, just last week we announced a brand new line of merchandise called Be Positive. Now, this is less focused on us, your hosts, and more focused on a positive lifestyle. Waking up and saying, I'm going to do something nice today, or I'm going to make somebody smile, or I'm smiling today, or I'm trying to smile today. Whatever it is you're trying to do to go from negative to positive. It's like a Polaroid camera. We're going from negative to positive.
Yeah, so go pick some of that stuff up today and let the people in your life know that you're ready to make a change of some kind, whether it's to help yourself or to help other people. And it's great stuff.
And Casey is getting some of it.
I want it. It looks awesome. Go check it out.
Totally
For being
unrelated.
a being a guest, you get a free T-shirt
Oh,
or something.
okay.
You actually
I
get
thought
whatever
were
you
saying-
want.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Thanks, guys.
Casey's
course.
like, when do you want my wife on the show?
And all of my children.
Right?
Oh my god, I've got one. I've got a thing that makes me both genuinely and ironically upset.
Okay.
Okay, so I've been recently learning to do photography, right?
Yeah.
And when you're out and about taking pictures of stuff,
Yeah.
there's a certain subset of people that are going to just stand in the way on purpose and make a comment like, "Oh, you don't want to take a picture of me, huh?"
Why would they say that?
Who says that?
It has happened to me in the last week probably 8 times.
People just think that you're there to take a picture of them?
No, they're trying to be fun. They're making dad jokes about it. They're getting in the way of what I'm clearly taking a picture of. And they're just like, ha ha ha. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, you got me. And they're like, what, you don't want to take a picture of me?
Do you just take a picture of them and be like, that'll be $150?
I did to one guy. I was like, hey, go, $50. And he was just like, oh, no.
No, I will not be
No.
purchasing.
But it's like, I mean, plenty of people come up, especially when they see you with a camera in your hand, plenty of people will come up and talk to you just like, oh, do you do a YouTube channel? Are you on the YouTubes?
Dude.
And I'm like, yeah, totally.
Do you give them
And if I'm
business
just
cards?
taking, yeah, absolutely. I carry them around for that reason. And then sometimes, if I'm just taking pictures and stuff, people would be like, oh man, like you know photography? Like that's so rad, dude. I can't even use the camera on my phone, bro.
I know you can't. I've seen your Instagram story. Learn to take a freaking
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah. All of you Samsung Galaxy users out there,
Yeah, what the heck is with your front-facing camera? Stop.
and the back-facing camera, honestly.
And all your cameras. I get it. Samsung's got a better camera. No, it doesn't. I used to have a work phone that was not a Samsung. It was it Asus? I don't know, but they were like, they advertised it. They were like, this has got a 6 million megapixel turbo powered camera. And let me tell you, all it did was take crappy pictures. That's all it did.
I'll tell you what.
They would want you to like set the aperture and stuff on a freaking cell phone. You know why the iPhone's so great? Because it's just a freaking iPhone.
That you can now set the aperture on.
Well, yeah, you can do all that stuff, but the standard setting is take good picture.
Because that's the new pitch for the iPhone XR. Is that like, ooh, it's got depth control.
Ooh.
Which is really just changing the aperture setting, which is confusing. I don't know how phone cameras work. Like, I've learned photography enough how to work a camera in manual mode now, and I have no idea how a phone camera works because it doesn't have an aperture.
Right.
There's no moving parts.
Right, it just clicks. Fully digital.
Yeah, no idea. The other thing is like, and these people are really nice, but there are people that come up to me and they just like, they want to talk about what I'm doing. Which is great, and super nice, it's super kind, but, like, I'm usually just trying to take a video or a picture of something, and, like, you're preventing me from doing that. And just because I'm standing here doing this doesn't mean I have 20 minutes to go talk to you, random person.
What do you have 20 minutes for? To take your shot?
I'm usually trying to get multiple shots at one time, and you know, I'm like, if I'm downtown for some reason, it happens every time. Somebody's just like, so you do photography? So you're like an artist? And they just want to talk to me about like photography and stuff. I'm like, this is cool. I appreciate this conversation, but it's been half an hour, dude. Like, it's cold out. We're just standing out here. You're not working?
Do you have somewhere to be?
Like, anywhere other than this street corner? Like, that same policeman has come around the block 4 times wondering what we're doing.
What policeman?
Whatever policeman's doing that.
Oh.
Has that not happened to you yet? Where the police have come up to you and be like, hey, what are you doing?
No, nobody cares that I'm taking pictures.
Oh. Yeah, every time I'm vlogging, the cops always get a little bit interested.
That's so weird. I've never witnessed that.
Do they?
I've gotten shoved out of places for flying my drone too.
I was just
like,
going to
several
ask.
times.
Do you get grief for your drone? And what do you do in that situation?
Oh, yeah. I just tell them that I'm allowed to fly there usually.
So
because it's just public property.
Oh, okay.
So you bust out like the citizen's arrest, and the cop's like, you can't fly here, and you're like, you can't drive here. You're under arrest.
No, I mean, I'm just like, that's cool. I'll bring it down. The one thing I hate is when the police officer's like, you need to get out of here right now. And I'm like, well, I need to land the drone first. Like, no, you need to get out of here right now. And I'm like, I'm not gonna. Like, I'm allowed to be here. This is just this is a park.
Right.
Like, I'm not just gonna leave my thing out here in the wilderness, flying in the air, because you're mad at me for no reason. I don't know. The police get weird around cameras.
Now, quick question, follow up. Maybe the police are stopping you because you're not wearing pants.
I'm definitely wearing pants.
Did you check?
I did. That's usually, every time I see a police officer, that's my first instinct. Is like, am I wearing pants? Cool.
I'm
okay,
in
we're good.
public. Am I wearing pants? Because
no shirt, no shoes, no problem. But no pants, problem.
Big problem. Big problem. Do you think pants are overpriced?
Yeah.
I would agree. How much do you think a pair of jeans should cost?
Not what it costs.
Casey, what should a pair of, like, not cheap jeans, but like comfortable, stretchy, keep you warm, good-looking jeans cost?
I'd say no more than $20.
I was gonna say 25. I'm glad we're on the same page there. Okay.
Yeah. 50 to 60 is too much.
I agree.
Granted, that's, what I pay for jeans, because I'm not going to wear Walmart jeans, but I don't want to. I don't want to pay that.
I feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeans seem like they should have a maximum threshold. Like, these are still jeans. They should not be allowed to go above this.
Right, it's still like, it's denim. I can't wear it somewhere nice.
Yeah.
Right. And honestly, a lot of my dress pants don't cost that much.
That's what I'm saying, though, is like, that's more than a pair of khakis.
Maybe the denim tax has gone up, but the chino tax, it's all cotton, so it hasn't. But
maybe it's more work to make denim. I don't know.
I get those white flecks in there.
Well, it's not like I'm wearing like super thick Wrangler rugged jeans.
No, I'm just wearing like jeans.
I'm wearing like normal jeans that will rip the same as a regular pair of pants.
What is a regular pair of pants? Khakis?
Yeah, like chinos, like non-denim pants material.
Interesting. Casey?
Yes.
Are you in dad fashion? Are you in streetwear? What do you wear?
I'm a bit hipster. I wear a lot of cardigans. Cardigans are my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
This reminds me of college freshman Ethan.
Oh, really? Was Ethan a cardigan man in college?
College freshman Ethan was a straight up grandfather. Yeah.
Yes.
What are you talking
Elbow
about?
patches? Did he have elbow patches?
I'm an elbow patch guy. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
There's a picture of Ethan from freshman year of college dressed straight up like a grandpa. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up.
Oh, from London?
No. Although that is another grandpa Ethan. This is in your freshman hall. You're wearing like a green cardigan in your hallway.
Yeah, I'm just wearing a green cardigan.
Yeah,
I loved that green cardigan.
I know. It doesn't mean you didn't look like grandpa.
I just don't see how that's true.
Oh. You had a lot of profile pictures of football players. Look at this. This is a grandpa. Every day of the week. Grandpa wearing like Oakleys. Can I just pull this into Skype? How do I do this?
I don't know.
Ethan's really embarrassed now.
I'm not. I just wore a regular cardigan. Like,
Look at this. Look at it. Pull up the chat. Look at the picture. Did it work?
I have to accept the risk.
Oh, accept. I'm
It's
so
not pulling up
excited.
for me, so.
Oh, it's opening. Oh, man.
I just don't get what's wrong with that cardigan.
There's
What's wrong with it? You just definitely look like a grandpa. Grandpa's dressed great. They've been around the block way more times than me, especially my grandpa, because he's from New York, and they have like proper blocks out there. He's been around the block.
I think my oh man was more to the sunglasses indoors than the cardigan. So your cardigan looks great.
I mean, I was definitely not sober when that picture was taken.
You're like 18. Of course you were sober. Please drink responsibly, Liz. Do you have braces on?
No?
I love your beard. At this point, it was just like chin goatee.
That's what a goatee is.
It's a little bit of stubble.
No, the goatee, I think goatee includes a stash.
Goatee does not include the stash. It's a Van Dyke.
Oh,
Try again.
Wow.
Then what's a soul patch?
That's just the lip thing.
If you Google
I thought that was a
goatee-
flavor saver.
If you
Or are they
no,
the
that's
same
a soul
thing?
patch.
Are they the same thing?
If you Google goatee, like every picture has the stash.
I'm just telling you. I looked this up the other day when somebody in our Discord was like, Tyler has a goatee without a mustache.
I have a mustache and the rest of a beard. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
They'd forgotten that.
No, I think a Van Dyke just doesn't connect. 'Cause I see
Your
what you're
mustache
saying.
doesn't connect.
It
This
does.
is really important. We should get to the bottom of this.
It doesn't look like it.
My mustache-
Not from Skype.
What do I look like right now? Oh,
Like you have a mustache that doesn't connect.
Let me pull up my face. How do I do that? Oh, it's because I've been curling it, but it does.
It's called a mirror.
I don't have a mirror in my office. Do you?
Yeah, they're all over the place.
He's a mirror salesman.
I
That's
don't
why.
have any.
A Van Dyke is a style of facial hair specifically consisting of any growth of both a mustache and a goatee with all hair on the cheeks shaven.
Interesting that they would word it that way. Look up what a goatee is.
A goatee is without the mustache.
If you just did chin, you look like an idiot.
Are you?
I don't know.
Are you saying in that picture he looks like an idiot? Because that's rude.
He was 18. We all looked like idiots.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah.
That's fair.
Many regrets.
I'm gonna.
Tyler and I spent all of college looking like idiots
Yeah.
to some degree or another.
In one way or another, yeah.
That's what college is for.
There was always a group of people that would have told us we looked like idiots.
But also, maybe not during freshman year, but there was a good period of time where we did not look like it. I mean, like, there was a group of people that would have been like, yeah, you guys know how to get dressed in the morning.
Yes. Anyway, the Lego Batman.
Lego
movie.
Batman!
Oh yeah.
Lego Batman.
That's what we're talking about here.
Critical analysis would show that this movie is a freaking bop. In terms of Batman movies, this sits only behind The Dark Knight. And I have no problem saying that. I would say that The Dark Knight Rises is a close contender, but I think that, if you want to be reminded what Batman's all about, Batman's roots, this is where you need to look. Because it wasn't
interesting.
always Dark Knight Batman. It was, there wasn't always gritty Batman and killing joke Batman. There's always been campy, silly Batman. And that's what this is all about.
I came into this with the same exact perspective, and I was kind of worried I'd get some
Nope, I'm with that.
criticism.
Oh,
but
Casey, I also came into this with the same exact perspective and was worried.
He tweeted it ahead of time.
I did.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I usually see your tweets.
Inadvisable move.
I know. Well, sometimes you got to. I've been thinking a lot about Batman this morning. I will say this movie did do something that a movie we've reviewed for the show has not done to me in a long time. This movie is only 105 minutes. I fell asleep watching it twice.
It does feel a little bit long in spots. I would agree.
It's the pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so aggressive
it is aggressive. I don't deny that.
I
that
feel
it just makes it feel long. Like I thought it was gonna end like 6 times.
yeah, every time I watch it there's little pockets where I have no idea what's happening and I'm just glazed over. I think I've seen this movie like dozens of times, but also there's parts in it I've never seen.
Yeah, that definitely happened to me. There was one part in the middle where I was like, "Is this a good movie? This makes no sense."
What on earth is happening? Yeah, I was not immune to those moments either. But I
Like
still...
that whole scene where he like sent everybody home and then he's like getting crap for it from the brick in the Phantom Zone.
Yeah, that's the part. Yep.
And I was like, "What is happening?" Because it's just playing everything that we just saw back,
Yeah.
but with some narration.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. A little bit of narration.
Is that what it's all about?
I'll tell you, I watched...
Is that the hokey pokey?
I think I watched 4 movies this week, and this was, by a wide margin, the best one.
What else did you watch?
I watched You, Me, and Dupree. I watched Valentine's Day, and I watched Isn't It Romantic?
Nice.
I watched a lot of romantic films this week.
I've been pretty sick, so I've been watching a lot of movies this week myself also.
How many movies did you watch?
Oh man, probably 5 or 6.
What's the best one?
I watched Kubo and the Two Strings is one of my favorite movies, so I watched that again. I love
That is a good
movie.
one.
I also watched, what did I watch? I watched something right before it. Oh, I watched Coco because I guess I was in a weepy mood because that movie kills me every time.
Oh my god, Coco's so good. That reminds me that next week on Bacon and Eggs, right? We're reviewing a listener's choice. We call this
Still not next week.
not next week because next week is what?
How to Train Your Dragon 3.
No.
Pretty sure.
No, the 28th is How You Train Your Dragon 3.
That's next week.
That's next week. I know. That's what I said.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
How is that? How did I mess that up? Anyway,
I told you this last week and you messed it up.
I know. So anyway, not this week, but the next. We're calling this How Do You Take Your Eggs? We're doing a listener's choice animated film. I've never seen Kubo and the Two Strings. Ethan's never seen Coco, but neither of us.
What?
Neither of us.
Ethan has seen Coco.
Ethan, have you though?
Yes.
Can you say the word alebrije?
Alebrije.
See, have you seen it?
Yes.
I think my favorite tweet trend was when it was like, "Good morning to everyone except," and it was like
That still happens every day.
I know, but I like the one that's "Good morning to everyone except Ernesto de la Cruz." But I'll tell you why I don't like that one is because now you're remembering him.
Yeah.
You need to forget Ernesto de la Cruz.
Well, he's not that easy to forget.
I know. Sick son of a. Borderlands 2.
Anyway, yes, we're doing a listener's choice animated episode, and Tyler's gonna stop leading people now.
Listener's Choice Animated episode. Tyler and Ethan have both seen Pokemon, the first movie, but not since freshman year of college. So if you were thinking about maybe a suggestion to throw in there,
Tyler's gonna stop leading people now.
you should throw that one in.
Does stop motion count, or is this like?
Is there yeah? So what would be
Yeah.
stop motion is animation? Yes. I'm trying to think what stop motion movie you're gonna suggest.
Well, Kubo is a stop motion, so that's why I was.
Oh
mentioning
yeah,
it.
that counts.
Is it actually?
Yeah. Leica Studios, they always do stop motion, so they'll 3D print now. It's not always out of clay, but they'll 3D print.
I thought Kubo was just done the way the Lego movies were.
Nope, it is true stop motion. I mean, they'll have
I did not know that.
occasionally something CG, but very, very rarely. They are a lot of work.
I did not know that. I just learned something. Interesting.
One of the
Kubo
things
and the Two Strings is a good movie.
frustrates me about this whole freaking Lego movie is the first
I watched
one,
3 movies this week, by the way.
Oh.
Not that anybody was going to ask.
Oh, Ethan,
I
what did
watched
you watch
3
this
movies
week?
I think it was only 3. I watched this, I watched Jurassic World, and I watched Jersey Boys.
Nice.
What is the best of those 3?
Jersey Boys.
Okay, I would have thought you said that.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. It's sad, though.
That's
It
Eastwood,
is very
right?
sad. Yeah,
That's a musical, right?
sort of. I mean, it is a Broadway musical, but it's not super music heavy.
All right. I'm glad that you enjoyed that film.
Like, the music is more sort of just in it as opposed to, like, them telling the story through music. It's like, it's about musicians, so.
Right. Quick
More,
question.
I was just saying more School of Rock than like West Side Story or something.
Yeah.
When
pretty
you're
much.
you're a jet all the way.
That was beautiful.
From your first cigarette to your last dying day.
Did you know that Steven Spielberg is directing a Broadway adaptation of West Side Story
Yes.
starring Ansel Elgort?
Yeah, he's a jet.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's a shark. No, he's a
Yeah.
jet.
No. Yeah, no, he's a jet. Yeah.
Which one's the
The
American?
Jets.
Yeah. Well, that's not obvious.
No, I didn't say it was obvious. I was just saying. I was getting mixed up.
Yeah.
I had to remember the really racist line from that song to remember which one we were talking about.
For the last time, Turk, it's Dominican.
Stop telling people that our baby's Blaxican. Anyway, the Lego movie. Lego Batman movie.
Lego Batman movie. Lego legs don't move that way.
What way?
I mean, like sideways.
They only move front to back.
Like the Joker's at one point, like sitting like crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, but often
Yes.
if you pause it when they do that, they'll use different pieces to make it look like he's actually sitting cross-legged, which is just awesome. Like that's what I love about these movies. You pause them at any moment, and you could theoretically build anything that's happening on screen.
This one I would say less so. This one does a lot less of the actual like Lego backgrounds.
Yeah, like the water's not made of Lego in this one.
Yeah, I was going to ask if that bothered you guys because
That
this
definitely bothered me.
really.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
what I think
think
is
it-
so great about the first one.
I don't think that it bothered me. I think that it was exceptionally cool in the first one. I
It
would have
was.
liked to have seen it again.
I think using like smoke in this one, they did really a good job with that to add atmosphere to things, which they couldn't do in the first one because it's hard to add atmosphere with Lego smoke. I don't know that it bothered me, but it feels weird if this is in the same universe. Why do we have water and smoke now when before everything was Lego? It doesn't really.
Well, because it's
make
not
sense.
though. It's not in the same universe.
I think
Like,
we're
it has
taking...
it's a disconnected story.
No, this
I think
is Finn is playing this movie. Like
Yeah,
you
I
don't
think-
see it, but because we see Emmett, it implies that he is playing this. And I think the filmmakers have even come out and said that Finn is playing this movie.
Right, but it's not canonical.
I would say that we are taking Finn's imagination a step further in this one. Like, there's no way it could have broken in here and been like,
There couldn't be an under the dry air scene in this one.
right. You couldn't go into the dryer. Will Ferrell could have never shown up. Finn's voice could have never been in it. Like, you are in. You know, this is a campaign that like happened. You know, this is to me that's like. You play Dungeons and Dragons, you play through a campaign, and then you record that and you send it to somebody, and then somebody turns that into a movie.
But I also think that this lacked a certain amount of the like break
Je
the
ne sais
fourth
quoi.
wall. Those scenes where like you see the spaceship flying across like a sheet with some string.
I liked all the
And somebody
gunfire.
just making a. I do like that they kept all the gunfire and everything. Pew, 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 pew. Commence micromanaging.
Well, I feel like Batman in this one goes through a lot of growth, and then without spoiling the Lego Movie 2, I feel like that movie he's just regressed. I don't know if you guys felt the same way. And
I kind of did. I was not crazy about his character in the new one.
Darkness, no parents.
I mean, there was like I get the Batman songs and everything, and I liked the Batman songs in this one, but there will never be a better song than "Darkness, No Parents."
oh, absolutely.
Super rich, kind of makes it better.
I was thinking about Batman the other day. Like, Marvel's greatest hero is Spider-Man, right? And DC's greatest hero is Batman. Like, Batman, what makes Spider-Man so great is that he's so relatable, right? He's like this kid who's down on his luck, and when he's not Spider-Man, he has to deal with the fact that he's, like, poor, and he's got to deal with all this crap and all this stuff. And Superman, no, not Superman, but Batman is, like, a human that is the world's greatest martial artist and the smartest person alive and the richest person alive. Like, there's no... The only relatable thing is that he doesn't have family. But even that, I feel like if you're watching this movie with your parents were not shot in an alley.
That got dark.
It did
Yeah.
get dark.
The one thing I will say about this movie that I wasn't that crazy about is like it had a great message at the end when it was, you know, they're talking about your friends are your family. You know, it's important to work together as that team. It's important to treat your friends like their family. But we never got a payoff on the whole like all of the DC characters hate Batman thing.
Oh, yeah. I could see that.
Like we never came back around to like Superman being like, "Hey, Bats, I'm sorry I threw a huge party without you."
57 times.
57 times, yeah. Like that kind of sucked, and we never really got an explanation as to why they didn't like Batman.
That just was... I think it was there to reinforce... I don't think it was effective, but I think that the decision to include that was to reinforce how, like, lonely Batman was
Yeah, he was a lonely island.
on a lonely island.
Literally and figuratively.
But yeah, I wasn't crazy about the scene. I thought it was like unnecessarily harsh because I don't like that kind of that secondhand embarrassment of like showing up at a place you're not wanted in a movie. Like I've never been crazy about when they use that in movies to try to be a part of storytelling, especially if there's no payoff to it.
And especially in a movie that a lot of kids are going to be seeing. It's kind of
right,
mean
right,
humor.
Right. You don't need to like bring that sort of doubt of like, oh wow, all my friends are hanging out without me all the time into like a small child's life.
Right.
Like other kids are going to do a perfectly good job of ramming that home themselves.
Maybe it's good for the kids then. It's like Batman deals with this problem too.
Maybe that's the case, but I don't think it was effective. I don't think it was effective.
I agree with you that it was not effective. I was like, one of my most scarring memories was that same exact thing. Was at States for swim team, and the whole team threw a party, and I went and knocked on the door, and they were like, "No, we threw this party so we wouldn't have to hang out with you." We were like, and I was like, "Oh," and that was like the saddest moment of my life, and I cried and I called my mom.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
That's super messed, man.
It really did happen.
That has never stopped being awful,
Yeah. So anyway, I cried in my pajamas watching Lego Batman this morning.
As one does.
as one does. So who's your favorite character in this movie?
I really like Joker.
I'm with that. I do really like the Joker. I also really like Alfred.
I do too. I like that he put the costume on. I'm not a huge comic book guy, but I've seen it floating on like Reddit and Imgur and honestly Facebook probably at this point. Like a comic panel where Alfred like beats the crap out of, I don't know, somebody, Bane or the Joker or Superman or something. Somebody that he has no business beating the crap out of. And I like that he put the suit on and became part of the Bat crew in this one.
I agree. I also really liked Bane.
I did too.
I thought every time they talked about or mentioned or Bane was on screen, I was like, this is a comedic moment.
That was unnecessary.
Like, he just had a lot of great lines.
I liked the part when he was like, "Who else is constantly testing your limits and pushing you to do things you've never done before?" And Batman's like, "Bane."
Okay, my favorite character is Jeff. So there's a character at the beginning named Jeff where Steve, the security guard, is like, "Man, I really hope nothing bad happens to that guy." And Jeff's driving up the canyon and he's like, Nothing bad
Nothing
ever
bad
happens
ever
to me.
happens to me.
Right before he gets stopped by the Riddler and has his arm ripped off. Yeah, Jeff's my favorite character.
Yo, I loved. First of all, this is like the Lego Batman movie brought to you by Apple. In case
That
anybody missed
Siri
that
was
one.
in it.
Right.
Siri's like the 4th build actor. But I loved that it was Siri. Like that she's credited as Siri.
I'll tell you one thing that I googled this as it happened. The selfie that Robin takes of the Bat family, I would buy a canvas print of that and hang it in my office. I would.
Is it available?
It is not available anywhere, from what I can tell.
I think it's a Lego piece in the.
Is it really?
I think in the Bat Caves or the Wayne Manor set that they made, they had some different pictures. I know the one of Bruce's parents is, and I'm pretty sure that they have the Bat family one, Holy Family Photo Batman.
Well, I want it as a canvas print, and I want it in my office.
That'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be such a cool one? I'm always trying to find cool things to put on my walls because I have extremely high standards. You know, you were talking about the Deathly Hallows before. You'd have to get very creative with the Deathly Hallows for me to be like, yeah, that can go on my wall.
Yeah.
Put a light to.
Ooh.
Or death sticks.
Want to buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
Hello there.
General Kenobi. I just love Star Wars so much.
I know.
I love the fact that Batman's password is Iron Man sucks.
I feel like they could only get like 1 or 2 Marvel jokes in there, and that was the one that they went with, and I thought that was good.
Yeah, I did.
If
Wait,
you-
does Batman live in Bruce Wayne's basement? No, Bruce Wayne lives in Batman's attic.
I love that nobody would believe that it's Bruce Wayne.
Are you telling me that Bruce Wayne is Batman's roommate? Zach Galifianakis is the Joker, man. What, like, on one hand, I'm getting tired of the Joker being like the main villain in every Batman iteration. But like, this was a good one.
Yeah, I feel like with Jared Leto, they were like, we've got to just try it again, man. We can do it right. Heath Ledger did good. Jack Nicholson did good. We can do good. And then they didn't. And then with Lego Batman, they were like, okay. This one's gonna be good. This one's gonna be good.
We got Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover.
Plus, they did a good job of, you feel sorry for him. Like, this is the first time that Joker has, like, some pathos at all. And you're like, oh, he just wants Batman to acknowledge him.
Right, he wants to be the greatest enemy.
They're fighting a relationship.
So in that sense, this movie's a romantic comedy. So you've watched a lot of romantic comedies this week, Tyler.
I sure have. And you know, honestly, this one's still probably the best.
Is this a rom-com? Is that what we're saying?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay. I love that Batman had stupid nicknames for everybody.
I would agree.
Even Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Bruno and I.
Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno and I.
Yeah, we're.
And he just kept coming up with different ones for Barbara. He's just like, Bigo, let me out of here.
You'll be Batgirl.
Speaking of Barbara, there was one thing that really bugged me. I only have one criticism in this movie, and it's that first time that Bruce or Batman sees her, and you do that whole Vaseline lens, soft focus, play an 80s ballad. Like, is anyone tired of that cliche? I'm just...
No, I laughed out loud.
As did I, yeah.
Okay, I'm just...
It's only you, Casey.
It's
When
only
it's
me.
when it's done well, and this time it was done well. Like when it's done in a way that you know it's making fun of itself, then
That's
I can
fair.
get behind it.
That's fair. I mean, this isn't even the first time that they've done it in the Lego movies, because the Lego movie did it multiple times with Wild Style. And so
That's
maybe
true.
maybe I'm just...
I think what makes it
mean-
so funny is, like, with the Lego movies, and this gag has not gotten old yet for me. Maybe it has at this point after Lego Movie 2. Is when the girl pulls her like hat or her helmet off and she shakes her hair out and it's just a Lego piece.
It's just plastic moving side to side.
Well,
I
like-
think that's the funniest thing.
And it was
I
done
agree
so
with that.
well in the first Lego movie when Emmett's looking at Wild Style, and it just goes on way too long. But it goes on long enough to the point where it's funny, because like she shakes her hair back and forth like 40 times. And then it cuts over to her perspective, and Emmett's just going... but like really quietly in the background. And I love that, like, in this movie, that's how he adopted Dick Grayson, and then Dick just like shows up at Wayne Manor and is like,
Yeah.
"This is my dad now."
Yeah, kid, whatever.
And Alfred's like, "Sir, it's time for you to take care of your son that you adopted last week."
I like to imagine that Dick Grayson has been there for an entire week, just like
Oh my god.
Just raiding the fridge. And
amazing.
I love the scene when he's first going into the Bat Cave and listing all the different Bat vehicles.
Yes.
It's the Bat Kayak.
I love any time they list things in these movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like when the Joker was listing off all the villains, they just kept getting progressively more wild, ending up with like Condiment King.
Ketchup.
Okay, you making some of these up? No, they're all real. Probably worth a Google.
Probably worth the Google.
Oh, and Batman constantly wanting lobster thermidor that he microwaves.
I don't want my lobster thermidor anymore. I don't even know what lobster thermidor is. Is it just...
I love the little Lego lobsters too, with the big stupid smiles on their face on the plate.
That's horrifying.
And then Batman just chomps them down. Chomp, 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 chomp. That's what I sound like when I chomp down lobsters.
Oh my god! And the time when the Joker's like, and we got British robots.
Ask
Ask your
nerd
nerd friends.
The Daleks I thought were a great addition. I feel like we're giving Batman too much credit when he swoops in and kicks over like 6 Daleks. They're not that easy to beat. I mean,
maybe not for the Doctor, but they are for Batman. Clearly.
The Doctor killed Satan one time.
That's accurate.
What? I just felt like that was a little wild. I feel like of all the villains that showed up, who is the greatest villain? Tell me that.
Greatest how? Like who I was most excited to see, or
All of the above.
Who would win in a fight? Oh,
Who would win in a fight? I don't know who would win in a fight. I think Sauron probably.
I like that Sauron is like puking lava all over the place. that brings me joy.
And then he's
sparks
just the
joy.
eye of Sauron. He's not like the giant man killer.
Right.
Yeah, it's just the tower, like, walking around.
The thing with the eye of Sauron, was Sauron that big that his eye was that big?
No.
No. That's just his like magical evil form. It's not implying that his eye would have been that big when he was in a more humanoid form. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking.
Okay.
That's so weird to me. I mean, like, that was one of those things as not a Lord of the Rings book reader that I never understood. Maybe I should have just accepted that. Maybe I should have been like, yeah, that's just his magical form. And I think that's what I was going with. But it also seemed like, why is it so big?
Well, I don't know if it explains that in the books, but in the movie it shows him in a more humanoid form in that flashback scene, and he's not like he's huge, but he's not,
he's not like a
tower
gajillion
tall.
Yeah. He's not bigger than that tower.
Yeah, not even close to the size of that tower.
Yeah, although that would be pretty formidable.
I'll tell you what character needs to make a comeback in these Lego movies is freaking Vitruvius.
Right? Where is he? I mean, he's
dead.
But where?
He's dead.
But still.
Like, damn it! I am Ghost Vitruvius.
I'll take Ghost Vitruvius. That's fine with me.
You didn't let me finish because I died. It's the Bat kayak.
I thought I seem to remember there being a payoff with the bat shark repellent.
There is.
There is.
There is. I must have fallen. I must have dozed off.
Yeah.
That was your
at one
sleepy
point,
time.
Yeah, at one point, Robin is going after a shark that's like beating Bruce, and he sprays the shark repellent. And Bruce is just like, or Batman's like, I guess that wasn't totally useless.
Well, there you
and
go.
then he sends the shark to the Shadow Realm.
Not to the Shadow Realm. Although Seto Kaiba would have been a great villain here.
What other villains should have been there?
Good question.
I mean, we said Sheev, but
of all the the cameo villains in this movie, what was your favorite cameo villain moment?
I like when Voldemort's turning people to fish.
I like when the cop is mad at the cops for being turned into fish.
All my people are turned into fish.
I like when Sauron dies and there's like that no signal on their computer screen because they've been using him as their camera, but the no signal is in like a medieval font.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That is good.
I really liked, who was it, Killer Croc, that was armed the bomb and was just like, I did something. Or King Kong busting down the building going, your building's not the code.
Who was the one opposite King Kong? The giant lizard monster.
Oh, that's supposed to be the Kraken from the Ray Harryhausen Kraken from the 80s.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. So there was no Godzilla here then.
No, it could have used some Godzilla.
You just...
What?
Sorry, you guys cut out for a second.
Oh, we were just saying we could have used some Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
I do love Godzilla.
What a great movie. I don't think I have any more else to say about this movie. It's just like, it's so fun. This one was fun in ways that the new one wasn't.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard not to compare them to each other because they're all in the same vein. I still think I'd probably prefer the first Lego movie to this one, but this one's a close second for me.
Yeah, I prefer the first Lego movie to this one, but like I think they blew their sequel energy on this one.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Although Lego Ninjago, which we're not talking about, unless of course it's listener's choice, which I'll be very surprised if you guys are like, let's do the whole Lego movie gambit.
That's just something I have no interest in.
I also have no interest in.
Even when it came out, I was like, okay, this one is for kids.
Yeah, it was just okay. It was very forgettable. I've only seen it once.
Well, I've never even used a Ninjago.
Yeah, Ninjago was after my time.
Yes.
We had Bionicle.
Oh, Bionicle.
I was a big Bionicle guy.
What are you guys' Lego stories? Like,
Oh,
you grew up with them?
Yeah, I grew up with Lego. I remember playing Lego in the basement with my boy John. We would do exactly this. Like, I relate to Finn on a deeply personal level.
Yeah.
That, like, we would play down there and we would develop these narratives and we would bring characters from all the different universes and we would make Bionicle movies, like stop motion movies, and then we would make ones where we like just held them and spoke for them, and oh man, I love Lego. Some very fond memories. I've always had Lego. I can't remember a time I didn't. I remember in kindergarten we had to make a pyramid, and we used whatever means we wanted, and I built mine out of Lego. So that's
amazing.
I had some Duplo blocks when I was a little kid, but I got my first proper Lego set I think when I was for my 6th birthday.
Do you remember what set it was?
Yeah, it was one of the Johnny Quest like mummy sets.
Oh, nice.
It had a Jeep.
Oh, I do not remember my first Lego set.
I don't either.
We had the boxes of them because Ben and Jonathan had them. He's like before I was born. So
yeah, I have an older brother, and so he had a lot of Lego before I was born as well. And so I feel the same way. I just always had Lego around the house, and then you go through a period in your life where it's not as cool or whatever, and then somehow you get back into it. Like
I just feel like at some point you get over whatever weird pride you had that was telling you that like liking Lego was lame or whatever. It's like, wait a minute, this is cool at any age. Like I cannot if I went to like a teach teenagers how to be cool thing and there was a kid there that had Lego, I would be like, this is awesome. I'm totally here for this.
Yeah, I never like stopped doing like I've gotten a Lego set for my birthday or for Christmas every year.
That's amazing.
Since I was 6.
Yeah, I went through a period where I wasn't really into it, and then I saw the Lego movie, the first one, and it just awakened something in me. And my son was pretty young then, and so we just were like, let's get started again. And yeah, the first Lego movie changed my life because it was after that I got a job at the Lego store, became a manager there, and yeah, a lot of my life has been very Lego centric.
You're not working in Lego now, though.
I wish. No, I would have stayed there if I could have, supported a family on it, but I had to transfer grad schools, and so it didn't work.
So that was my first Lego set. I just sent you guys a picture.
Oh, yes.
That I found on Google.
Very cool.
Oh,
It had a car with wheels.
I think my little brother had this set.
Yeah, that was my first ever Lego set.
So you're a middle child, Casey?
Yes, yeah. I've got an older brother, a younger sister, and another younger brother.
Can I get this set?
It'll be very expensive because Lego appreciates in value, but
Yeah, like an unopened box. Yeah, I'm sure.
So this is Lua Nuva. This is a Lego Bionicle 8567. It is $80.
Oh yeah, I recently looked into getting a first set of the original Bionicles, like the first ones.
Pre-Nuva, yeah.
Weren't they in like canisters?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the cans, yeah. And it was like they wanted like $100 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nuva Tahu, which is like the red one. He was like the main character. This is the second gen of him. And in the canister, it's $100.
And don't even think about trying to buy like old Star Wars sets because those ones really go up. Or old Harry Potter as well.
I just can't imagine not opening them and playing with them.
Right?
Like with other toys, it made sense that it was like, oh, this is the action figure. Just leave it in the box and then buy a second one. Well, Lego, it was like, there are valuable pieces in here. Okay? There's a minifigure in there. I have to have that for when I build my minifigure army. And
Oh, yes.
I can't just not have the stuff that's inside of it. Like, I have to have this.
I can get this set on Etsy for $55.
On Etsy?
On Etsy. It's assembled.
When I worked at Lego, we had people that would come in and buy 2 of whatever they were going to get. So they would just throw one in the closet, not open it, and just keep it for years. And then they would open the other one. Of course, most people can't afford to do that.
Right. Here's the thing, though, Casey, is if I buy 2 of them, then I have twice the minifigures for my minifigure army.
Oh, trust me, it's not something I would do. I agree with wholeheartedly. I wouldn't be able to just hold on to a set. I can't do that.
Right, because it's like, even if you don't follow the instructions and build the same thing again, I've got all these awesome new pieces.
Yeah, double the
sure.
minifigs. You're
Right.
golden.
Yep, $120 new is the cheapest I've found so far. But that is a set from 1998, so that makes sense.
So let's rank this film.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm ready. This is better than the Lego Movie 2, the second part.
I would agree. I would say just better, though. No, not just better. I said on Twitter that this was better than Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, I can't abide that.
And that's way up there.
I can't abide that because this is, and I'm sorry to bring it back to this, but this is not better than Interstellar.
No, I agree with you. It's not better than Toy Story or Interstellar. Maybe Miracle. But honestly, that's stretching it. I would say it's better than Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I would put this right above Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Now, for those of you listening, not looking at this right in front of you, our list from bottom to top, we're looking at Venom, Transformers, Crimes of Grindelwald, Lego Movie 2, the second part, National Treasure, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Bumblebee, Miracle, Princess Bride, Interstellar, Toy Story, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, Toy Story 2, 3, Jurassic Park, Dark Knight.
I still think that National Treasure is better than Ralph Breaks the Internet, but
We'll see how that one ages. I'm not ready to make that move right now.
but I think that this is better than Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I think this is better than National Treasure also.
Casey, what do you think?
I think I'd put it above Miracle personally, but I think it's right around there. So
I mean, I would agree with you, but I don't at all because I really like Miracle. And I really think Bumblebee was an exceptionally good film. I think the gap between Bumblebee and Ralph Breaks the Internet is pretty sizable.
Also, what was that thing you tweeted about Bumblebee not being a prequel?
Yeah, Hasbro says not a prequel.
Oh, for Fortnite's sake.
Reboot.
Oh my god. It's not, though. It
I know,
leads,
like, it leads into it.
directly in.
They're like in Sector 7, they're in the Hoover Dam, he turns into the Camaro.
He turns into the Camaro.
I'm here for it. Give me more Haley Steinfeld.
I'm
Give
not
me
here
more
for
Bumblebee.
it. I'm not here for it.
That movie was awesome.
I would rather keep the canon succinct and not have a new film then. Just do something different. Get a new Transformer. Follow the Bumblebee story platform, but just give me a new Transformer post-war.
Post-war. Well, I'm ready for more of that series. I will take it.
If it's gonna be a reboot, I would rather not have it personally. But anyway,
I love that movie.
Anyway, this was a really good movie. I enjoyed watching this movie a lot.
As did I. It's a 1. It is above Ralph Breaks the Internet and the Joker here. I don't know. I'll give him like a 6.5 out of 10.
there's like 100 villains. Are you going to go through each one?
No, I'm gonna blame the Joker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the main villain.
I was really prepared to rank Egghead, and now I can't. So
Oh, Egghead.
Egghead is
He
a 10
eggs the
out of
bat
10.
signal.
Yeah.
Condiment King, 10 out of 10, baby. Killer Croc did something. Honestly, Joker might be the worst villain in the movie.
The worst villain in the movie? What about Superman? What about Batman's own fears?
Superman isn't a
Superman's
villain.
not a bad guy.
Would we say that?
Yes.
That's a line from the movie. Wasn't sure if you were watching the same movie I was. That's my microphone I just hit. I haven't done that in a long time.
All right, cool. Well, I think that's all.
You guys
We
are
don't-
doing
we need
breakfast food?
Breakfast food.
Breakfast food. Also, we got to do last week's breakfast food.
I wasn't going to say it.
Oh, we know. Believe it or
People tell
not,
you.
people do not tell us, but we figured it out. Last week's breakfast food. What did we watch? Like a movie 2, the second part. Oh man, I forgot everything about that movie. What's a breakfast you forget everything about? Grape nuts. Grape nuts, but microwave with the milk in the microwave. That's what I'm looking at for Lego Movie 2, the second part. Lego Batman the movie.
Decision made. Got it. Microwaved grape nuts.
You got a problem with that?
I don't think I've ever had grape nuts.
You know, grape nuts, you put the milk in them, but you don't put too much in, and then you put them in the microwave. It's actually pretty freaking good, but I forgot all about it. Lego Batman, the cinema. The cinema. I'm looking at like a crab cake or some sort of seafood Benedict type breakfast because that's what Batman, and because it's freaking delicious.
I mean, I think it's just lobster thermidor.
That's not
Right.
breakfast.
It is for Bruce Wayne.
All right, lobster thermidor.
But the cute one from the movie with the face.
Right.
In a microwave.
In the microwave, yeah.
As long as we're doing microwave meals.
While we watch Batman look at the microwave for 5 minutes.
I thought that was a crazy cool shot. Did you not?
I did, but it went on so long.
Yeah, that was supposed to make you feel like this is what Bruce.
I mean, I'm with that. I get it. Anyway, I'm with that.
All right.
Words and stuff. Words are hard.
Breakfast food is a weird segment that we do here at Bacon and Egg. Ethan, wrap us up.
Okay. Casey, where can we find you?
I am on Twitter and Instagram at elsewhere_pod, or I also have my personal Twitter at Ice Cream Manatee.
Okay,
You can
explain
find
that.
Ice Cream Manatee?
Yeah.
Well, it just sounds like Ice Cream Man, but then it just keeps going.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I like manatees. That's it.
Fair.
And our podcast, Hello From Elsewhere, we're on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Google, everywhere. Check us out.
Can do. You guys should listen. It's totally sick. We're super happy that Casey was on the show. Thank you, Casey, for coming on the show.
Thank you guys. I've been super jazzed to be here.
We can be found on Twitter and Instagram at Bacon and Eggs Pod and all over the internet. But you're already listening to the show, so you probably know where to find the show. Join our Facebook group on Facebook.com. You can search Bacon and Eggs Fans, and you can find it, and you just click the little button, and we'll let you in. That's always good. You can go to teespring.com/Bacon stores/bacon-and-eggs and get Be Positive merch as well as our older stuff there. And if you want to join our super secret, super awesome Discord community, you can do that at patreon.com/baconandeggs. And there's also a lot of great stuff over our reward tiers, including episode sponsorship, which we're going to be starting next week. So if you want to be a sponsor of Bacon and Eggs, you can go check that out and we'll read a message on the air.
A message that you wrote, and if you pledge at that tier, that means you also get bonus content, like our discussion about the Joker in film that we're about to have. It's like an extra 30 to 45 minutes, like almost every week, from Ethan and I, of just bonus content.
You're going to need to start pushing that as every week, or people are not going to want it.
Well, the reason I say almost every week is because what if one week we can't do it?
We need to start making it happen ahead of time and have stuff in reserve.
Interesting.
We've
and good
been over
idea.
this.
I agree.
Anyway,
ooh, look at that.
Look at what?
We said at the same time.
Oh, well, we finished each other's salamanders.
You can
Anyway.
go to dftba.com/scb.
Anyway, I've been Ethan Edgehill. He's been Tyler Carlin. And him over there from elsewhere has been Casey Winters. And until next time, arrivederci.
Are you seriously saying there is nothing special about our relationship?